Right. I think this is in focus. I have cleaned and polished this hook cover because that was really rusty, and if you leave rust on the hook cover, it will definitely cause trouble. I've also cleaned and the hook here, which had a bit of rust on it. It's discolored because of the rust soak, but the rust remover soak does such a great job of removing the rust that I don't care that it discolors things like that. And oh, I actually put my oil thing away. I was gonna put the 1318 here back together and give it a quick test, but I need to grab my oil and stuff because I was packing it up to do a sewing machine cleaning and testing seminar. Alright, got my oil, so we can put a dab of oil in the race here. And I'm actually going to tip this up so I can drop the hook in place. We'll just let it rotate it back and forth a little bit. It's much easier to put this hook cover on when the feet are in just the right spot, so that's why I was rotating it, to get the feet in the right spot. Okay, this is plugged. Yep, the light is on, so let's do that, and we'll run this a little bit. Alright, and then we've got our clutch is just the clutch for bobbin winding is just to pull the hand wheel out on this machine, which is real nice. And then we'll put our needle plate back on. And this has that convertible style of needle plate that Kenmore had for a while. These are actually pretty slick. Because instead of replacing the whole needle plate, there's just the insert, and some of the inserts in some of the Kenmore models, this is the insert, some of the inserts only fit one way, but this is double-ended, so it's got the zigzag groove, feed dogs, and then the straight stitch groove. So you can install it facing this way so that the zigzag groove is underneath the needle bar, or you can install it the other direction here. Let me get that. And it has a straight stitch spot for delicate work on straight stitching. But we'll put that in with our zigzag facing forward and get our foot back in place. Lift our lock on the back there. Alright, and then okay, still sounding real good there. It had some mystery thread in it, so we'll just Pop that back in our bobbin case, and a little tug on the bobbin case feels pretty decent. And pop our cover in. The cover holds that needle plate down where it belongs. And then I need to get it's interesting to me that of all the things that are very convenient about this machine, the needle clamp there is completely less useful. So, zigzag. Width, alright. Is it? Oh, there we go. Okay. I shifted the width across and now it's jamming again. Huh. I don't know what that noise was. Let's look underneath and see if something fell. Oh. The bobbin case fell out. Is this going to be one of those ones where the bobbin case has gotten loose enough that it just pops on its own? Yep. Alright. So this has happened to me on a few machines. The latch for this bobbin case is not hooking on that hook anymore. I am going to leave the bobbin case out. In fact, I'm going to pull the whole hook out. Take the hook out. Check that fit manually, but for now we can check our let's see now. This is supposed to be I thought this was our I thought this is the zigzag setting, but it's clearly okay. Reverse there is working. Okay. Now this should be a... Get our foot out of the way again. Yeah, our zigzag left to right is not working because this is supposed to be... Yeah, that's our length. Okay. Yeah, we've got no left to right travel on the zigzag. Alright, let's see what we can do about that. Does it do... Yeah, we can see the... Ah, there we go. It moved again. Yep, it's just incredibly stiff. Okay. Power this off. So whenever you got a zigzag machine and it's stuck, some of these, like this machine here, have a block in the front here like this, and the pivot for the zigzag is this alignment block here that gets very, very gummy with old oil, and up top here, and the gum in this spot right here has a lot of leverage on the rest of the mechanism. So the gum builds up there, and then gum can build up in the crank here, where this, because there's a slide where as it travels left and right, it slides in and out of this crank, and if the gum builds up in either of those locations, then it won't move properly. And so you just have to rotate and try to wiggle this and see until it pops loose, and then take a moment to really wiggle it and work it free like this. Also, look at that. There appears to be a crack right here. I'll have to investigate that more thoroughly. That's interesting that there's a crack there. And it doesn't seem like it's really affected anything. But we'll have to keep an eye on that. Alright, now we have some left to right movement. Flip our lights back on here. There we go. And this is, yep, that's a box stitch. So let's convert, switch it around to our should be alright, and then we'll adjust this. Okay. Yep, that's a stretch triple, and this should be our standard zigzag. There we go. Now we got our full motion. And here's a blind hem and another blind hem. Now, interestingly, other Kenmores I've had, the pattern cams have been reversed, and I'll have to I'll move the camera so I can talk about this. Okay, so the pattern cam selector has the orange pattern is regular blind hem, and the white pattern is the triangle shape for a stretch blind hem. And other machines, the regular stitches have been the white stitches, and the stretch style stitches have been the orange, So this machine, the color is backwards from the other machines typically. where you've got your regular stitch selection compared to the stretch stitch. So I find that an interesting note on this machine. But now that we've got it loosened up left to right, let's do some test stitching. Alright, as you can see, I've got the 1318 threaded, and we're doing some quick stitch testing. We're at full zigzag, and I'm going to shorten this stitch length a little bit. And with the proper bobbin in there, we're getting a teeny bit of bunching on the full zigzag, but otherwise our bobbin, and this is brown and tan thread, which is unfortunate, but we are getting a little bit of pull up on the bobbin thread at setting 6, which is fine for a full zigzag. So let's switch to one of our decorative switch it cams here. This should be our triple zigzag. Yep. That is a box, or the triple stretch stitch. And now we need to switch to that. And I think, nope. Nope. Aha, okay. Well, that's an interesting... There we go, so... Haha. That's the exciting bit here. So as you can see, I kept experimenting with... This is supposed to be a square pattern stitch. And the stitch length and width don't match up for that stitch to automatically form up nicely the way that other machines, when you just turn the dial to the stretch stitch, it forms up real good. So that is a disadvantage to this machine. And you notice how remember that I described how it's kind of backwards as far as the cam selection goes. So I think now this should be, let's see, yeah, this should be a stretch stitch. Yeah, so that's weird. Okay. Is that... Oh, that will make that a smaller... Well, that's nice at least. There we go. That's one of the stretch stitches that makes the triangle bit, and that is I think decent tension on that. Okay. All right. Let's see now. Here's one of the stretch blind hems. And we can switch that to our widest. Yeah, this machine also stitches these a little bit backwards from what I'm used to. So this blind hem has got the straight along this side, and then it is making its single zigzag from left to right, and a lot of machines, they stitch straight on the right hand side and then make their blind from left or from right to left for this feather stitch here. Alright, and then this machine, alright, I need to stop at the top there. And that blind stitch is not quite matching up, but we've got a length adjustment on it, so that should work fine. Alright. Well, with the right size bobbin and a little bit of oil, this machine got pulled out of whatever basement it was living in, and just some cleaning, polishing, and removing a bit of rust. It is ready to go. So I'm gonna get a hold of the refugee group and pass this machine along to them, because these portable machines are very popular, in part because I guess a lot of people like to sew on the floor.